Sir, welcome, sir. Seen sir. You can able to continue.
Yes, thank you, Satya. So now we'll continue the session. So industrial pollution facts. Apart from as per the present kind of industrial sectors are there, ultimate many of the industries are causing the environmental pollution things. These are the main causes effects of pollution facts like burning coal and burning fossil fuels like oil and natural gas and petroleum and solvents and dyeing tannery industries. So, improper disposal of radioactive material. These are all the industrial pollution, folks. There are many things are there, but these are all the major things causing pollution facts in industrial front. Another one, apart from currently the considering the environmental problems, there are so many things are involved in this, but the top 10, if you see, now we are going to see the top 10 environmental problems. One is pollution. The second thing, global warming, like greenhouse effect. Pollution means all kind of pollution, air, water, hazardous waste, all kind of pollutions. For example, air means in industry sector, high noise, ambient air quality, dusty atmosphere. Water means improperly treated water, directly contaminated with the soil. Hazardous waste directly dumping in the seashore. So these are all comes under pollution category. So acid leakages in the directly pouring with the ground. So such like that. And another one, overpopulation and waste disposal, ocean acidification. This is one of the important one because recently in the ocean acidification, recently, if you, I think many of them are aware on this. Recently, one of the concern, Varsity's School of Oceanographic, they conducted a study in India in the year of 2016. They conduct the study in the Arabian Sea and Indian Ocean and West Bay of Bengal. All the areas closely, they monitored some 3,16,000 kilometers. They observed. They submitted on report. In that report, there was one point they indicating as the in this Arabian Sea belt, the ocean acidification observed in the Arabian Sea belt, because it's clearly indicating as in that Arabian Sea belt, the alkaline as well as the pH, both percentage got reduced. So acidic got increased. And another one thing, loss of biodiversity. These are also one kind of problematic causes. And deforestation. Deforestation, as a human being, we are the fully responsible for this, for urbanization, ozone layer depletion, like CFC, chlorofluorocarbons, like using of fridge, AC, acid rain. This is also one of the important thing in India. I hope some of the participants you may aware on this. Recently, some of the NGOs, they have conducted the study in the Taj Mahal belt, because nowadays, so last 10 years, the Taj Mahal belt, while raining, there are more percentage of acid particles involved in the rain particles. Based on that, Taj Mahal in its color getting faded. For example, normally it is made in the milky white of marble, but nowadays the color got faded with yellowish with blue hues. The ultimate reason is because of in that Agra belt, very close to the Agra belt, there are so many industrial sectors are there, like in the Madra areas, the refinery units, apart from numerous industries in and around Agra. the causing of effects, the acid rain formation observed in the agro premises. And another one, public health issues. Okay, now we entered in the our program title. From in this slide onwards, we are fully going to discuss on how the environmental department is functioning. First and foremost, awareness. Some of the participants, you already aware on this, this World Environmental Day. Every year of June 5th, we are celebrating this in our industrials. Apart from in the environmental department, they are additionally spreading awareness for another days, like World Water Day on 22nd of March and Earth Day on April 22nd, and disaster risk reduction day on 13th October. Nowadays, our Indian government, globally, all the countries, they are based on the United Nations recommendation, all the countries are creating this disaster awareness in from school level itself. Even in our India also, all the states, they are conducting this awareness campaigns on every year of 13th October. Because of the ultimate thing is to create the disaster awareness needs to be reached the school level itself. And water footprint, this is one of the main thing in the environmental record, because there was one study, it's showing there are three kind of water footprints. The environmental department, their first and foremost activity is the treatment of water and water conservation. This is their topmost activity in that department. There are three categories of waters. Green water means it's a rainwater, we can directly get it from the rain. And blue water, we can get it from the surface and ground level. And fresh gray water, we can polluted water, we can use it for recycle basis. Okay, so here I want to mention one thing. Considering the water footprint, simply we are thinking our environmental department, they are taking care of only for the ETP and STP plant, sewage treatment plant. It's simply they are doing the recycle process only. We practically, if we see, means their operation is very simple. But considering the environmental forum, they are doing the first and foremost contribution for our motherhood environment, because there is one study it is showing, if all are wearing t-shirt, if I want to make one t-shirt, normally 2,700 liters of water consumed for single t-shirt. Another one, every day we are consuming tea, coffee. For a cup of coffee, it is required for 140 liters of water. Apart from, we all are from industrial professionals, definitely we will, everybody wear the safety shoes or normal footwear of shoes. If we want to make one ordinary shoe, normally it will take 8,000 liters of water, depend upon the coloring agent and additional requirement up to, we required 17,000 liters of water for to make one pair of safety shoes. Okay, this is the same as a safety professional. We all have different kind of activities on our daily routinable basis. Start with pep talk. Every day we start with the pep talk, then permit verification and PPE monitoring, documentation. Likewise, every day in our routinable industry life, we have different kind of activities. Simultaneously, the environmental people are also, they are also having a different kind of activities on daily basis. So some of their major activities are listed here. So first and foremost, I initially told, so water treatment is their main task in all kind of plants. There are different kind of water treatment plants in all the industries. So one is wastewater treatment plant, another one is sewage treatment plant. Sewage treatment plant is very simple. In our industry, if you are generating the toilet after usage of the toilet flushing water and canteen, both areas we are collecting the flushing waters as well as the vessel cleaning waters and hand wash waters. All the waters will be collected in one place. Based on the PCB recommendation, we'll install and frame the sewage treatment plant. The sewage treatment plant operation and monitoring, everything comes under environmental department only. And another one, effluent treatment plant. This is one of the important for their activity. Effluent treatment plant means, in case if you are running an industry, based on your process and operation, if you are generating, based on your process and operation, if you are using any kind of water, so after usage of the water, there is any kind of waste observed in that water, it's called as effluent water. For example, for fresh water, we are using for our process and operation. We are feeding in the initial stage. Once in the output stage, we are not able to get the same kind of fresh water. There is more contaminated in the water. Then it comes under waste category, wastewater. So as per the PCB norms, that wastewater must be separately collected in one area. We have to install that same like as STP, sewage treatment plant. We have to install the effluent treatment plant. We have to recycle and reuse the water. So effluent treatment plant also comes under that role. Operation and monitoring everything. Then DM plant. DM plant also one of the major one. In case in your industry, if you are using the boiler, I hope as a technical background people, you are aware on this. If we are using for untreated water or unpolluted or uncontaminated water to the boiler, means the boiler will getting affected. There are so many things in that boiler tubes, like there is some corrosion or flooring, scaling. These are all possibilities in the boiler tubes. Over the period of time, breakdown will happen. We have to replace the boiler tubes periodically. So considering this case, if you are running the boiler, DM plant operation is very, very important in the industrial sector. So DM plant operation monitoring and all comes under EM, environmental department also. Then RO plant. RO plant, it is not applicable for all the industries because many of the industries, they're spending money for this drinking water purpose. They're spending money for outside only. Having RO treatment plant. So these are also comes under environmental department. And solar pond, similarly RO plant. So many of the tier 1 and core industries, they're having this solar pond related operations. ZLD, this is one of the important thing. ZLD means zero liquid discharge. This is also one kind of treatment process. It is designed to remove all the waste from the system. The simple thing of ZLD means recycling of all the industrial wastewaters. Initially, this ZLD technique implemented in the year of 1972 in United States. We are in Tamil Nadu. Recently, in the year of 2008, our Tamil Nadu government has insisted and clearly declared the GO. ZLD should be implemented in all the dyeing textile region units like Tirupur, Karur, in that areas. It is mandatory for all the textile industries. And groundwater level testing, piezometer well monitoring, groundwater level testing and piezo monitoring, these are all comes under this tier 1 and core industries. Hazardous waste management. Hazardous waste management means like if you are based on the process and operation, if you are generating any kind of hazardous waste, the ultimate thing is we have to make a hazardous waste management plan. Like reduce, we have to think that 4R principle. 4R principle means reduce, reuse, recycle and residual. And another one, their major role is energy conservation. All the areas like water, lighting and power, all the segments, they will share their outputs, because some concerns, the energy conservation is some of the core industries, they are having separate department of energy, but in case comes under medium scale and tier 1, tier 2 category of industries, energy conservation is comes under their environmental department only. Parallelly, they will coordinate with maintenance teams. Food testing supporting. In the food testing, they are not directly involving, they are coordinating with the HR departments. And chimney monitoring, this is one of the important one, because to meet the regulatory norms, so we have to periodically monitor the chimney's condition. So how much of emission we are generating. The PCB officials will share the ranges for us. For example, sulfur dioxide, nitrous oxide, carbon monoxide, hydrogen sulfide, how much of the percentage. For considering this, we have to periodically monitor this chimney monitoring. This is one of the major activity. And apart from, so AEM, in PCB, it's called AEM, Annual Environmental Monitoring, Annual Environmental Analysis. It's a bunch of activity every year. As per the PCB norms, they divided the industries into 3 categories, like red, orange, and green category. Based on the category, our PCB officials will declare the details to us. You have to done this practice on monthly basis, or quarterly basis, or 6-month basis, or annual basis, depend upon the industry category. So all the industry, it is applicable for all the industries, like ambient air quality standards, indoor and outdoor, we have to monitor, and lux level, the illumination condition, we should monitor, and work zone and DG area noise monitoring, because all the industries for backup power source, we are having DG. So controlling and monitoring the acoustic procedures and all comes under this environmental department. They are not directly dealing this. Outside of the portion, they will consider while the DG is running, how much of the noise level, in case the work atmosphere, what is the noise level, and ventilation study, and finally soil testing, drinking water testing. These are all the legal requirement. They are parallelly coordinating with the PCB officials. Apart from their major role is battery disposal, these ones, all the authorized vendors. In case of any building demolition waste inside of the plant, and biomedical waste also comes under their category. Some industries, if they are having separate occupational center, means the HR officials will directly lead, or safety officials will directly lead, but the environmental department people also, they will monitor, and they will ensure e-waste disposal and trump card. This is one of the important one. Once we sending all the hazardous waste to the authorized persons, it's called TRUM, means transport emergency card. As per the PCB norms, we should give the TRUM card to the vehicle drivers. So issuing of TRUM card also comes under environmental department. And rainwater harvesting, temperature monitoring, workplace temperature monitoring. Normally in the temperature monitoring, it comes under maintenance team. Some concerns that the environmental department, they do this activity separately. This is one of the important point, that documentation portion, because as a safety professional and some of the participants from a HR background, you all are aware, if you want to run the industry, factory license is always very, very important for us. Absence of factory license, we are not able to run any kind of industry. So once we get the factory license, similarly for fire license, based on the process and operation, if you are generating any kind of waste like air, water, and hazardous, in these 3 categories, we have to get separate license from the Tamil Nadu Pollution Control Board. In case in my plant is located in Tamil Nadu, means I will get the CTO authorization from the Tamil Nadu government. In case my plant is in Maharashtra region, I can get the certificate from the local MPCB. In case in Karnataka, means Karnataka Pollution Control Board. Likewise, so it's called CTO. consent to operation. It's an one kind of license, similarly for factory license. So before installation of the ETP and STP, we should get the license from the TNPCB officials. Based on that, they will give some various recommendations to our plant. And finally, OSHA's ISO 14001 EMS audit coordination. Okay, if you are working in if you are working in a safety department, or you want to enhance or improve your skill and knowledge in the environmental department, or currently you are working in the environmental department, these acts and rules and standards are very, very important for all kind of industries. If it is core industry or tier 1 category or tier 2 category, medium category or small scale industry, or you are dependent on TNPC, means these are all the these all the acts are not applicable for all the industries. Depend upon the category. For example, I will share an example. In case in your plant is very close to the coastal region, serial number 5. Apart from the factory license, sorry, the Factories Act, apart from the Umbrella Act, Environmental Umbrella Act, you should refer this coastal regulation zone notifications also. So in case if you are generating any kind of e-waste like batteries or any kind of e-waste bulb, that system, desktop, laptop related batteries, used batteries, this printer cartridges, this and all comes under e-waste management rules. In case you are generating, means you can refer this rules, otherwise it is not applicable for you. For general understanding, always you can refer this rules. But the Water Act 1974, the Air Act 1981, and Environmental Protection Act and Rules 1986. These 3 acts are applicable for all the industries. Generally, it is called as Umbrella Act. For example, initially I told you this AAQ, Ambient Air Quality Standards, indoor and outdoor. In case in your plant you are going to do the ambient air quality standards, you have some little bit of idea, but as per the standards you want to fulfill the norms, means you can refer this, the National Ambient Air Quality Standards 1994. Once you refer this document, you will get the full-fledged of idea. In case you are engaging for any third-party people, definitely they will do the task. As a client, you have to always refer this and keep it in your finger. Okay, and apart from some of the IS standards, I initially told you this annual environment monitoring. This is one of the major tasks in the all kind of industries, because they clearly indicate mentioned what are all the environmental analysis needs to be done. This details mentioned in our CTO. Based on that, we have to take reference from our ISI standards. For example, in case if I am going to do the DG noise monitoring test or ventilation test, I can take reference from the IS 11255 for emissions. One thing again I am sharing, the vendor people definitely they will meet the requirement of norms, but as a direct involvement with the PCB official, so we have to always refer these documents for ready to reference. So that's it from my side. And here I want to mention another one thing here. Initially I told you we have divided this series program into 2 categories, week 1 and week 2. Week 1 we have seen the basic environmental, how the environmental department is functioning, what are their roles and what are their roles, what are the areas they are concentrating legal front. For upgrading this series, next week we are going to concentrate on TNPCP, Tamil Nadu Pollution Control Board, because in this 22 acts and rules and regulation standards, they can take one sample of Tamil Nadu Pollution Control Board. From start with the CTE, in case if after I got the factory license, I am going to install one ETP and STP. From start with the consent to establish, up to get the license. What are the practices needs to be done? And once we get the license from the Pollution Control Board, what are all the document coordination and what are all the annual environmental analysis practices? Everything we'll see in a detailed, elaborative manner on next week. So once again, thank you all. Thanks for your time. Thank you all. Here I'm going to wind up this session. Thank you all.
Thank you, Senior Sir. Thank you for an elaborate session on environment and how the responsibility should be there. As you have been rightly mentioned, our INVITI audit team has been doing a fantastic job in ISO 14001 to integrate all this into ISO 14001 to ensure that a single document can be used for many of the kind of assessment and accreditation. And as you rightly told, next week, the participants who have been attended today, kindly ensure that you have been attending to the kind of next week session. And also you have been informing to your friends regarding this Tamil Nadu Pollution Control Board Act, because that is going to be very important and very interesting session. Thank you. Thank you all. Have a great weekend ahead. Thank you, Sinu sir, once again for your humble time, and you have been did a lot of insights to our participants. Thank you. Thank you, sir.